let's get right into the reviews.
So first up here, we've got from Dark Vision Films, Richard Terrasi's "Am I Evil," which was a wonderful Diamond Head song back in the day, but it's also the title of the film. It involves, it's like a first-person narrative done about a serial killer, much the same way that, it was done in American Psycho and in Henry Portrait of the Serial Killer, about, I guess he's an Italian guy who, he lives in the city.
He's a Guido.
Yeah, he lives in the city. And it's played by a guy by the name of Mark Vasquez as the lead character. And essentially he just daydreams all the time about different ways to kill women.
Violence.
Yeah, violently. And so he goes from, he's kind of like a ladies' man, so he goes to bars and puts out ads on chat rooms to pick up women. When he gets them home, he's got like a weird fetish where he'll be having sex with them and stuff, and then he'll just violently do something to them, like he'll bite the shit out of them or grab them and choke them, just different stuff like that, because that's the way he gets his druthers. He gets off and such as that.
He likes fucking various orifices he makes himself.
Yeah,
victims.
Yeah, exactly. So after this goes on for a while, the police start to notice that these girls are turning up missing, and a couple of detectives come around and question him because he had started up a chat with one of the women that actually goes missing, and then he attacked a woman in a park who got away and all this stuff.
Right.
But really the story is kind of secondary to this movie because it's your basic, like, seek and destroy type serial killer movie, I guess.
Huh. That's odd you say that because didn't Metallica do a cover of
Am I Evil?
Yeah. And they did the song
Yeah,
Seek and Destroy too, so.
But in the end, this movie is really just a really good array of different special effects, which I thought, like, for an independent film, I give whoever did the special makeup effects for this complete credit because it could actually be in a mainstream film. It's that good. I mean, it's almost like, it reminds you of Maniac in a way, the way that there's even a scene where he cuts a woman, like, with a knife across the top of her head and pulls her face off.
Yeah, peels her face off and puts it on, which is an homage, of course.
There's all kinds of scenes like that in the film.
The thing about the movie, though, and the story is you just seen it too many times before. It's nothing very innovative with the serial killer genre, I guess, because in the past few years, when you see movies like, stuff like Murder Set Pieces or Live Feed or, hell, I don't know, you could probably name them all day, even Schizophreniac, The Whore Mangler, even to a lesser degree as far as quality goes.
I believe you just love saying Schizophreniac, The Whore Mangler.
I do. But a lot of them are just exactly the same story. Pretty much. It's just this demented male individual that likes torturing and killing women.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that films like Maniac and Henry and American Psycho, it's been done. It's done. I mean, you can't improve on those films anymore. I mean, everything you can think about doing in any of those films has already been done 1,000 times.
With that said, though, this was actually a pretty entertaining movie. I mean, it's not like it was bad or anything.
It's actually like one of the better movies that I've seen, an independent movie that tries to do this, but it's almost pointless at this stage to do a film like that.
Yeah. But I was actually pleasantly surprised because you never know what to expect. And you know this is true, even though we don't say this a lot. When you get these DVD-Rs in, that they don't really send you anything else except the blank DVD-R that has, the contact info written on it, the name of the movie, the director. You don't know what to expect. So I was pleasantly surprised this actually had a decent budget, it looked like. It was the lead actor actually did pretty good.
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, I thought one of the good things about it is most of the time the acting in independent films like this is fucking atrocious. And if you're talking about like a story that centers around the main character, he has to be able to act. I mean, it's completely centered around him, and the guy actually does pull it off, which I was impressed with.
He had a good deal of nudity in it. There's actually one scene, though, I don't know if you caught the one scene with the female that had probably the fakest looking tits I've ever seen.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Looked like air bubbles or something.
Mm-hmm. Looks like somebody pushed down on a waterbed and they just sprouted up out of her chest.
Yeah. So, but, I mean, overall, I would recommend this movie to people if you like those type of movies we mentioned before, Maniac, Henry, Murder Set Pieces, even the August Underground movies a little bit. You would probably at least halfway enjoy this movie. This is in the same vein as those films.
So, we've basically got a screener here. I don't really know if there's any special features on it, but I know if you can go over to darkvisionfilms.com and check out the film. And, as far as independent films go, and I've seen a fucking ton of these movies by now. I mean, literally probably 1,000 of them. It's definitely in the higher end of those films. So if you like that type of stuff, then you would probably not go wrong with this movie.
Indeed.
So what we got next?
Am I Evil? There you go.